Is your body ready for whatever Chapter 6 has ready for us? I'm not 100% certain mine is.
Tonight on Kitchen Nightmares.
What the hell?
Right, Jack from Air.
The fuck? Stop that. Thank you, YouTube, for just playing out of nowhere and somehow finding Kitchen Nightmares. What? I'm closing that tab now before anything else happens. What the fuck? Chapter 0 and Chapter 6. And of course we start off at Deadly Life, as we expect. Here we go. Huh? What is this? It's a door. There's a door. Huh? A door? Why is a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? Why am I so dizzy? Why are we back at the beginning of the game again? I don't want to be at the beginning of the game again. Huh? Isn't this a classroom? No, it's a violin. Can't you read? But even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why am I in a place like this? I went inside the ancient ruin with everyone else, and I arrived at a place that looked like a trial ground, but then why? It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and ended up here. It's just like before, when we're all in the classroom. At that classroom before we arrived at Jabberwock. But where is this place? It's somewhere on Jabberwock Island? Kill me.
Ahem, ahem. Testing, testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system.
Is there a reason why it also has RAM errors?
Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then.
Welcome to Hope Speak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all. So please assemble at the gymnasium immediately.
Could we please do without the RAM errors? Huh? Did he say what I think he just said? He definitely said it. He said, "Welcome to Hope's Peak Academy." But why would this place be Hope's Peak Academy? And not just that, what is the graduation exam? Isn't the killing over already? Excellent. I'm gonna leave here now. Even the hallway doesn't feel like a school at all. What a creepy place. At least it doesn't look like a normal school at all. It's definitely a lie. There's no way this place is Hope's Peak. Is this creepy place Hope's Peak Academy that I've admired for so long? It's probably a building that Monokuma made to startle us, just like the funhouse. That's right. That's definitely it. Monokuma said to come to the gymnasium, right? I'll go and definitely clear things up. What the fuck is this crap over the... Am I still in, like... Hey, Despair Hotel. What the fuck? Oh, Egyptian Illuminati! Seriously, it's like... It's like texture errors. The gymnasium is here, right? Alright, I'm going inside. Something might be waiting, but I'm not gonna cower anymore. And so, I brace myself and cautiously open the door. This is the end. Goodbye, Academy of Despair. I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of the door. It was a normal gymnasium.
Damn right.
Yo, Hajime!
Yo,
You heard the announcement and came here too, right? You guys did too, right?
What's going on?
Hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this place was Hope's Peak Academy or something?
That is...
That cannot be possible.
Well, yeah.
You're right. Anyway. Any way you look at it, it's impossible. Hello! How does it feel to return to long-awaited Hope's Peak Academy?
Why, you.
You...
you.
Hey, where are we? Where'd you lock us up this time?
That's...
What a shock! I just told you guys, this is Hope's Peak Academy.
Of course not.
There's no way in hell that's true.
no.
Oh, but it is. I mean, this is definitely Hope's Peak Academy. Well, what's left of it anyway. What's left of it?
What?
Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Hope's Peak Academy fell into ruin.
lies.
You were serious about that? Stupid fool. I don't believe it. But of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserved to be ruined for. What do you mean?
I don't like this.
Anyway, we're pretty disappointed. I went through all this trouble to bring you to Hope's Peak Academy and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic?
Fine.
Oh well. That's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Someone?
Don't fuck with me.
Enough with the bullshit! Just spit it out!
You.
Where'd you take us, you bastard? Though I am not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin and...
In other words,
Wait, does that mean that all happened? Our friends were still alive? And then they vanished? And Nagito actually did try to kill us all because we weren't... And only have the traitor live? That seriously all happened? It means... I made this Hope's Peak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin. What do you mean between?
Hey.
What do you mean made? All legitimate questions. What do you mean?
what's this?
Oh my, are your minds getting the grumblies that only knowledge can satisfy? Good, very good. It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment. Entertainment? You're planning to make us do something, aren't you?
No way!
It's nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that.
Shing!
It's just a simple graduation exam.
Huh?
Then, what is the graduation exam?
Hey,
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know? On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally gonna graduate.
are you sure about this?
But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world.
So,
That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. Huh?
Why?
We're obviously gonna get out. There's no way we'd stay here.
That's right.
This is just annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let's choose right now.
no.
You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet. What, the 10 missing people that are dead? Main cast?
Hey,
Meaning you guys are just extras until the guest of honor arrives. So enough complaining already! Hurry up and start researching the outside world! What do you mean? I have dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Hope's Peak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is gonna hate me. So, please rest assured and strive to do your best during your field trip. And as usual, after leaving us with cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Hooray! Even if the setting had changed, even if the killing was finished, he was still the same as usual. What is going on? Outside world? Main cast? Somehow I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey!
Like, he kept insisting this place is Hope's Peak, right? But that's impossible. Right?
What are you saying?
How do we make it back to Hope's Peak from a tropical island in the first place? It's impossible.
It cannot be.
There's no place for Hope's Peak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island. I said I wanted to go back, but I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this. What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on this island. This building is really Hope's Peak Academy? This is Hope's Peak that I've been admiring for so long? What in the world is going on? Damn it, why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to attend Hope's Peak. I finally thought I'd be confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope? If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will. Like me, who went and killed myself and set up an elaborate sort of death game to try and get you all killed. Someone like me deserves to be ultimate Hope. God, fucking Nagito. Grr. And the moment you're born in this world, either you have that or you don't. It has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope. God, the more I see his lines, the more I want to kick him in the balls. That's why you're not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope's Peak that you couldn't even see that? You're just a nobody from the reserve course who never had a talent to begin with. And it's nobody who forgot he was a nobody. That's all. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why did you go through something like this? Hajime, did something happen?
Hey, bastard!
Now's not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all?
I'm gonna do it!
As long as I don't have to beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. Is that what it means?
Hey!
Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation?
Jeez.
Even though Chiaki and Manami are gone, our situation hasn't changed one bit, which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of.
You serious?
So they're not World Ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma? Yeah, I don't know how you guys were so easily tricked.
However...
The Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding that matter, I believe Manami never once denied that.
Damn it.
Even if there are allies, they might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma is telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said they could not betray the Future Foundation. But if she were still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No, even her just being with us would have been a big help. So what should we do?
Damn it.
Well, that's obvious. We're We're gonna get out of here safely. We have to do that graduation exam, right?
So annoying.
Graduation exam, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. Well, I guess better than people dying.
Jeez.
Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we've been before?
All right.
I'm gonna do it!
Prepare yourself.
Like...
When we might be able to learn about something, about Hope's Peak, about ourselves. I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine.
Hey!
Hey, we can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right? If that's the case, let's all leave this island alive by any means.
Of course.
Hell yes! He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what's happened to Hope's Peak, none of that matters. What's important is, I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive, just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now, but Monokuma should already know that's what we're thinking. So why'd he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock. You should already know that we'd never choose to stay on this island.
Hey, hey.
So what are we gonna do? Can we start already? But what are we looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building?
Even so.
I don't think we'll find the answers to all our questions inside this damn building. And then her shirt tore into pieces, the end.
Whoa!
You're already going?
Jeez.
What's that idiot thinking running ahead without being cautious?
Man.
She obviously isn't thinking about anything.
However,
It'll be fine. There will no longer be any situation where we must exchange each other's lives.
all right.
So we should do our best as well. Like they say, it's not scary if everyone stops at a green light. Whatever. If we stopped at a green light, we'd never reach our goal.
Jeez. You're pathetic.
Karani already took off on her own. Might be faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sonia said, there's no more killing. We don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Yeah, Nagito's dead too. And let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later. Those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium.
Excuse me.
I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me. Sonia took a deep bow and left the gymnasium.
Oh my.
Sonia,
Miss Sonia!
please don't leave me! I'll be in danger if I'm left alone. Kazuichi chased after Sonia, who had just departed and left the gymnasium. I should hurry and start too. Just a bit more. Just a bit more and it's going to end. I could escape this nightmare and return to my usual, peaceful, everyday life. The only thing we can do is advance toward that hope. Even though I don't understand, and that a lot of horrifying things are happening, for the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely going home. Let's roll! The hell? I'm on the 5th floor already? Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. So it did all happen. It's either that or we're like in a simulation all of a sudden. Is that what the timer going off meant? We're now stuck in a dream world? Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. I'm not gonna fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. Fuck. I'm going back over here where there isn't corruption. I think that's a simulation. Seems legit. Also, what's up, Unjust? How you doing? This is a dojo? It's even pinker than I remember. Full of strange things that make me think there's no way this is inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. There are a bunch of wooden lockers here. Each of them is a traditional looking wood block key sticking out of them. I guess they're just for show. There's also particular it looks like a clue. Alright, so I guess since it's not in where there used to be a clue. What's this? It's a manga. The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma. Oh boy, haha! I can't wait to read this manga, haha! Why is a manga with such a suspicious looking title laying out in the open like this? Let's start with history first, class!
Hey,
Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first, you ask? Depends on the person. So just I thought, Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks, and everything else about it. Just want to ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to get out of here no matter what it is. First off, anime lady, why is this manga hardcover? And why is your hand on the crotch of that stuffed cat? Well, let's go over with this, and it's already getting hot in here. Man. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the I don't care. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen to, yeah, we already know this. Hope's Peak Academy teachers who serve both educators and research of the talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. We already knew that. However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. That's new. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent, so they decide to put in a new system. The Reserve Department. Okay, we knew that though. Unlike the main department, who is scouted for yeah, we already know about the Reserve Department. Expenses such as exam fees for the Reserve Departments are quite high compared to most high schools. Nonetheless, Hope's Peak receives an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak is now available to the talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Hope's Peak Academy manages to amass sizable funds. It begins further research of talent. To create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who become mankind's hope. And Nagito thought he could be that hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right. It was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. I almost wish that there were pages to that manga. Huh? The ending was so sudden. Like a manga that's suddenly canceled in the middle of its run. Plus these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga. The tragedy, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. These names are so melodramatic. There's no way these incidents really happened, right? Manga only mentions these names, so I don't really know the details, but no, just a waste of time to wonder about those things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The Reserve Department. That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those Reserve Corps students, right?
but hold on.
That's weird. Oh, you're here again.
Shing!
The thing that's weird, of course, is you, of course. Huh?
Hey! Hey!
Why did you forget that you were part of the reserve department? The Future Foundation only took away your school memories, right? Well, you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird you actually forgot something like that, too. What do you want me to say?
By the way...
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of the Reserve Corps students.
I got it!
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself. Uh-huh. You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their own memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on!
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a Reserve Corps student. Damn it, what the hell? Alright, I gotta... So, am I just looking for mangas and reading mangas all night? Achievement unlocked! Nice cabs! Goes to going to room 5A. Hey, look at that, a violin. It's another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy at Hope's Peak Academy, huh? Well, we already know this one. Wasn't The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in another manga too? Why is Hope... It's why Hope's Peak went bankrupt and was a trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak. The key player in that event was a student named Uzuru Kamakura. Wait a minute. The fuck? First off, I can't remember why I wrote all this gibberish down. I wrote like 2, 3, 4, 5. 2E30. I can't remember why I wrote any of that crap down. Whatever. But yeah, Uzuru Kamakura. That was on one of the pictures that said he was Hope's Peak's founder. A student named Uzuru Kamakura? What? That makes no sense. How can he be both a student and the founder? Uzuru's a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him? What? What's up, Cringe Kayla? How you doing? Okay then. Supposedly Azuru was a genius among geniuses, and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Azuru as the ultimate hope. How am I doing? My back hurts a little bit, but I'm dealing with it. And now I'm only 2 mangas into this chapter, and I feel like my brain has been fucked. The ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Azuru's origins and identity. Because that most students in the Academy were completely unaware of Azuru's existence. But Azuru, who is known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. Well, some symbol of hope he was. 13 students of Host Peak Academy Student Council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Azuru. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Azuru. Wait, weren't there 13 bodies? At, I want to say I counted 13 bodies. Although, granted, it's been a while. There were 13 outlines, I want to say, over at, over in that one classroom in the last game. I think. The Academy tried to protect Azuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did and made that knowledge public. It stoked the fires of the Reserve Corps students, who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated, and the uprising began. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of Hope's Peak. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident becomes the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. We're excited. Danganronpa 0. With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak. What irony! For a genius known as the Ultimate Hope to cause such a gruesome incident, a talent like that is too real for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you're incompetent. Daddy always has to lead up to something offensive. He's seriously pissing me off. I thought I was done with freaking people pissing me off once Nagito was dead. Why? Why? Damn it, Nagito. But Ultimate Hope. Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope, but for Azuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they gave me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve course. That's right, the reserve department. Sitting here, the reserve course students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Nagito never dies, because then Chiaki dies. Never forget Chiaki, man. Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. I mean, I've learned about the tragedy at Hope's Peak, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? Who's this other student that isn't Azuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is it? Probably Junko. This incident is really messed up. but all it's doing is raising more questions. Rip puffy face waifu. Feels bad, man. Mysteries just keep piling up. Alright, I want to take a look at something in the truth bullets. Okay, actually, yeah, this does give a pretty good summary. Yeah, because I wanted to make sure that I had a note of the fact that it did say that Hope's Peak invested a lot of resources to create Azuru. More than likely, the Academy, on developing this student, gave him the internal code name of Azuru. Who knows? Maybe we're in some sort of crazy simulation that they're trying to make us like they made Azuru. Who knows? Oh man, you know, speaking of that Christian Nightmares that accidentally played off YouTube earlier, it's fucking raw! What the hell is this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already. Anyway, hey manga, what's up? There's another manga that's just laying out here. This time the title is Manga for Morons, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. I knew it. The next one would obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? Just what was that incident really about anyway? It might turn out to be something lame. I flew the pages of the manga and hope that I was right. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Oh my god. How many times do I have to read if I'm going to say that line? I've already started dropping the word Academy off Hope's Peak Academy. So it's just getting too long. Is it drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is so grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy would simply trigger. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be quickly resolved, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet. They called themselves 4chan and fostered a thriving online community called Reddit. The community was not limited to students, but people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet. It began spreading and eroded the real world, not unlike 4chan. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration styled by social unrest. When was this game made again? It's predicting 2017 pretty well. As it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to life. But when it was too late, the ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak. The weak killed the weakest among them. And soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear. As if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times when senseless deaths were the norm. Wow. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. The feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etats began occurring around the world. War waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? It's all 4chan's fault. The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy, a group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind, they use them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society use their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful influential created new values and morals to spread despair. But Chihiro... Yeah, Chihiro was killed, though. Ultimate Despair must be a pony if it isn't 4chan. Clearly. As long as Ultimate Despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. My heart was racing through my chest. My body felt ice cold, and it wasn't because of the freezing. It wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happened to them?
No way!
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this?
What?
Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. I didn't like manga. Enough! What's with this messed up manga? I thought it'd be obvious about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but... for you to not remember that! Such despair! That's the Future Foundation's fault, though. Thanks to them for stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains. This incident really happened? And I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
What are you saying?
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues are real.
Hello.
Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world. I see. So that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said in the beginning. Yeah. We were just there. He's trying to make us feel despair towards the outside world so that we'll want to stay on this island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps... no, that's definitely it. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this Ultimate Despair group? They're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Peak to its destruction. Are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, that organization is just one person, but a group of people. They're known as Ultimate Despair. They're high school students, right? What if they're actually able to do it? Then I guess that's why they're called Ultimates. Then are the killings we were involved with connected to them as well? It's no use. I'm gonna freeze to death. I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. Phew, that was close. I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? By the way, how's my pet doing? Are you full of despair yet? No, I should ignore it. I should just go. I'm just going to pretend like I didn't see him.
Jeez.
When I went inside this room, that bastard bear was suddenly here. Keeps glancing at me. I wonder why. It's gonna be shitty either way.
Damn right.
So I'll let you handle this. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that idiot. I don't want to do that either.
Hiya.
Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasantly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here?
No, no.
Well, it's another thing I need to tell you about this on this floor. I'm getting bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? You should have done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place. A high school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots. I'm really getting fed up with your babbling. Hurry up, what did you need to tell me? It's about a key piece of information you've been waiting for. You've been waiting so long for. Surprise! It's about ultimate despair. Huh? Ahem. You know the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days?
Actually,
It was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. Who is also dead, by the way. A high school girl.
yes indeed.
Lady Junko Enoshima! Junko Enoshima?
Hey,
As the former Ultimate Despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor. And created the Ultimate Despairs. There was one really horrible person in that group.
Don't fuck with me.
Hold on a sec! I don't know what the Ultimate Despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl.
unbelievable.
Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it.
Hey,
That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power.
phew.
Her connections were the main reason the incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat?
Huh?
Then what was their purpose?
Huh?
What?
You.
Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they do what they did without any purpose.
Hey,
It was Junko Enoshima's despair. Huh? For Junko Enoshima, despair is not purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko as Junko. What are you saying? I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her, everything is despair. What? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. The idea that's been slammed right in their little minds. And so the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Enoshima. Well then. Like believers making offerings to their god. Hooray! So I think it's safe to say that Nagito was one of the ultimate despairs. Like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so that they could escape from despair. All in Junko's name. For example, they killed their families and friends and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. Why? And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. There's no way something that crazy is possible. Do you know about the final days of the Reserve Corps students during their tragedy at Hope's Peak Academy? Final days?
In other words,
Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout the history. What do you mean by final days? What happened to the reserve department?
of course.
They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so the 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide. What? What? I can't. Why? What? Mass suicide?
Did you say?
All of them? Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One person was excluded, huh? Is that me?
Damn it!
I committed suicide and hero. I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair, Junko Enoshima. Doesn't scare me at all, I mean. You committed suicide but forgot. Seems legit. That's how you survive suicide. Just forget you did it. Once you forget you got it, you come back from the dead and you're like, oh, okay, it's all better now. None of that's true, obviously.
Bastard!
Junko Enoshima's already dead! Huh? Well done, class! Yes! Hey, Fuyuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko is already dead?
Huh?
What, you didn't see? There's a book called Manga for Morons Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. Bloody classroom? No, wait. What was that saying about killing school life? Junko. What's up, Opalescence? How you doing?
Well, yeah. Hey,
For a manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed killing school life was Junko. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko is dead.
like,
Turns out, killing school life was part of the whole biggest, most awful, most whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope's Peak and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope's Peak? And she took away their memories? That's just like us. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. Surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing?
so.
The students of Hope's Peak were widely known as the symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. When that messed up plan was stopped, Junko failed. Junko lost the students she placed in her trap. After being overcome by despair she created, she took her own life. Oddly happily, in fact. Then Junko is no more. No. She's not dead. I don't know how, but I think she's not dead. The way Monokuma is standing silent, the way the camera keeps drawing back to him, the fact that Monokuma this whole time kept referring to Nagito as "you remind me of him." I mean, those have all been I mean, that part that Monokuma's been talking to Nagito of "you remind me of him." I mean, that was a pretty big hint that whoever's controlling Monokuma is one of the survivors. Because him is clearly referring to Makoto. Oh man, just end me. It's Junko, isn't it? She's somehow alive. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Unless you come to a painful realization. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter.
Bastard!
Junko isn't alive anymore. Then, who is our enemy? If Junko and Mishima is already dead, are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings were involved in resemble of that killing life. I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but imitation is just that, an imitation.
No shit.
If the students from Hope's Peak stop the real deal, there's no way I'll lose to some fake. But if this is really an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? There's cameras all over Jabberwock. Are they broadcasting to somewhere, just like before? Man, Hajime, you totally know all about that story, huh? What, do you have a problem with that? Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you gonna do?
Oh well, I'll just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that? I'm not gonna comment.
Ooh,
One
exciting.
step at a time, you're getting closer to clearing my character route. You're not making any sense at all.
Well now.
Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. Alright, I'm out of here, bye. Oh, what fresh hell is this? It changed to a different hallway again. It's so sudden. What's going on to make something like this happen? Now, I've already decided I'm not going to be surprised. That's right, there's no time to be surprised by something like this. Are your boobs real or are they fake like everything else here? I need to know. Connie's twitching her nose like a beast examining her surroundings. Hey, what happened?
Based on my gut feeling.
Well, you know, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. Huh? What do you mean? Who?
So,
I don't know, it's just my gut after all.
It's just my gut.
Still, her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it's strangely intuitive. Hamakuna did say something about the main cast coming. It's surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. Looks like a music room, but there's a giant stone tablet with the 10 Commandments on it. I feel like I can see something strange. Looks like it's some sort of monument. Why would there be a monument in a music room? It's not just that, but the marking engraved... The marking on the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation. Below its symbol is a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hopes Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Boom! Nailed it! The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hopes Peak Academy? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up! What is this? Words are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? Floating letters form a sentence. Looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hopes Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people this time. If they are survivors of Hopes Peak, this possibly may have also been targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko rallying them. In a worst-case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of killing school life. Also, if they are survivors of Hope's Peak, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we received a report from a research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. So the Future Foundation does have a research facility on Jabberwock. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Hopes Peak Academy, 15 students. Is that about us? Including Chiaki, who was part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15... Excluding Chiaki, who was part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15 of us, but... What does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore, maybe? I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we lost. So that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed the Future Foundation is on our side at least. They were founded by the graduates of Hope's Peak, and they took us in to protect them. But if that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. Now, as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything careless. Monokuma, if he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate stairs who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Stop! Make me say those chain of words! The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. The research facility on Jabberwock. What's this all about? The only Future Foundation we saw was that ancient ruin. There's no way that's the research facility. If there really is a research facility on this island, there should also be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow there's still too many mysteries. Oh, great space cube, tell me everything. Shout out to the 8-bit flowers. This feels different from a classroom.
Maybe.
It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room has kind of has that stuffy teacher vibe to it. The office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does look like that.
Well,
More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy going to be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already. Well, hologram, let's go. Their letters float in the air like the music room from earlier. Shout out to my grandma, that's the only way she can hear you. That's fair. Shout out to Opalescence's grandma. It looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one as earlier. I guess I should read it. We understand that the matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko and Oshima, the fact is that they are incredibly dangerous. After her death...
happy!
Oh, thank God! Oh, God! Even after her death, the tragedy has not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does that mean this is an order to kill them? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess that's understandable. No, I'm not doing that. It's as terrible as it sounds. It's pretty much all-out war. The remnants of despair are the ones waging that war. There's no way they can be forgiven that easily. Well, something written on the blackboard. What's written here? Alright, what do we got here? Hajime, Chiaki. Oh, Chiaki is on this list. That's kind of weird. Kazuichi, Akane, Sonia, Peko, Nagito, Gundam, Ultimate Imposter, Mahiru, Mikan, Ibuki, Teru, Neku, Fuyuhiko, and Hiyoko, who has her own... Are names I've seen before. Oh, is that it? Okay. There's a newspaper Post on that. Wow, Hiyoko grew. Wait. The fuck? Hiyoko was like 12 when we killed her. Why does she look like, I don't know, over 18 in this? It's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko... Oh, whatever. What's the newspaper? Thank you for the close-up so I can confirm what I thought. What's this? It says Miss Hiyoko Sayoji. This can't be the same Hiyoko, right? I mean, Hiyoko we knew was much smaller and looked more childlike, and was definitely a she-devil. A she-devil sent from the moon to smite us all. But the photo in the newspaper here looks like a normal human. In a way, I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure, it's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean? This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hiyoko's older sister or something? No, it says Hiyoko Sayoji here. Oh, then Hiyoko's an older sister with the same first and last name. An older sister with the same first and last name. Well, I guess if you'd believe that, you would also believe you have a chance to actually score with an actual princess who has been doing everything in her power to ignore you.
I mean...
That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hiyoko. But did you ever hear her mention an older sister? Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything.
Wrong.
She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Sayoji family's only daughter. She doesn't have a sister or a... Does she have a... If she doesn't have a sister, then a relative? No, there's still too much of a resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's Hiyoko. Huh?
Of course not!
What are you saying? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for crap like that.
Well...
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt. After dying. What are you saying? It's so good to see her dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt. It was with voodoo.
Today, I'm feeling white.
Racist. Well, regardless, all the clues I provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
Magic. Confirm, magic is real. What the heck? This is the truth? If this is the truth, then Hiyoko in this newspaper... Is he really saying this is the same person? And she looks so nice and innocent. Not like the she-devil we know. It's so bizarre. Super sketch. That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Hey!
Could it be related to that list of subjects over there? Huh?
This is bad.
It says subjects. Yeah, that means there's some kind of experiment, right? Like they cloned her to see if they could make a version of her that wasn't a bitch. Did that experiment change Hiyoko's body? But she died, it did. Oh, what am I saying? Just saying out loud makes me sound messed up. What experiment? Some kind of experiment? It would mean that we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. But what kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
What's going on? It better not have anything to do with time travel. Wow, Opal getting super sassy with Nightbot. And my back. You know, just for good measure. Anyway, what do we got left here? Extremely overwhelming portrait. Hey, guess what? It's gonna be of Azuru Kamakura. He's like I've seen it before, but the name etched in the placard says Azuru Kamakura. Hey, let me guess. You're gonna say, hey, look, this completely. He looks so goddamn bored in this photo. Okay, with this, you've totally erased all the flags on this floor. I still don't know what he's referencing. Congratulations, Hajime. You shall go on to the next stage. Next stage? That means new floor. Damn it, not again. It's always different from last time. I guess when that flag Monokuma is mentioned is raised, I moved to a different hallway than the last phrasing. How can he do that? I also have time to be confused by that. I think I was just going to waste my energy. No, I want to go in. It looks like a comforting mist. Oh man, Hoverpool! I never got to play Hoverpool. Mainly because it's impossible. There's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. It's hard to think a room like this actually existed in a school. That's this hologram again. What does this one say? Looks like another email passage. Oh god. My back. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and placed them in our care. Though they are all dispersed, you were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we are unable to ask them about specific details, it is unknown how they all managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they are the same age as the others. So we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. As for the remnants of despair, there's still no solid leads regarding this matter, so we have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigation once they are discovered. We shall eliminate them immediately. That old man wants you to lick his foot. Wait a minute! Something is wrong with that statement. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. That means you should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? Is that why this is happening? The Future Foundation was protecting us, so why were we forced to kill each other on this island? I guess that's not possible. That's not possible. Guess it's not possible that the Future Foundation set all this up.
What's this?
My Hajime! If you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse. It's your fault. What's this hologram thing anyway?
Hey,
That's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made the perfect clues, so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them. Look. You can even do that? Whoever's controlling you must possess many talents.
no.
Well, who cares about me anyway? It's not important at all. There's no way that's not important. His true identity connects everything to what's happening right now. A file with Hope's Academy's seal on it. Confidential. That means it's a big secret, right? Why would an important document be here? I won't even ask you to question that. Obviously, Monokuma's responsible. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file. About the Hope Cultivation Plan. For many years, Hope's Peak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must be successful at all costs. Is that referring to Izuru earlier? A file that was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of technical terms. I had no idea what any of them meant. Give me the terms. Give me the terms. However, the word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Ass cancer. It's not a technical term, that's just ass cancer. Must be Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True hope, huh? Izuru could be Monokuma? Could be. It could be I was wrong. That is definitely a possibility. Alright, I guess I'm magazine racking. Yep, nothing useful there. I'm guessing nothing useful here either. Alright, shout out to the Monokuma bottles. And I want some of... I still want that. Give me some Monokuma bottles, man. Oh my god. The GPU, the RAM, and the CPU are all dying. Please replace your entire computer and try again. Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. Pretty much used to it right now, but even more so. What is this space? Am I dreaming or something? I mean, it's just totally disconnected from reality. Akane, you gotta help me. You're getting dangerously close to stop being real. Please stick with me. We must save your cleavage. At all costs. It's all we got left. You have a video for me to watch right now? I'm a little in the middle of something though, but... link it in the Discord.
It smells...
It's close. It's very close. Someone's coming. Kane's twitching her nose and examining her surroundings.
Based on my gut feeling.
They're definitely real close. At least that's what my gut's telling me. And the answer is with your gut? Is it an enemy or an ally? I must watch it on stream. Well, I'm recording this right now, so it's going to be difficult for me to watch it on stream right now and not risk a and not risk me having to edit this video later. Let's see, my gut feeling is... They're both!
Yo,
He's right, they're both! Both? What do you mean?
you.
I don't know the details, just my gut after all. Well, that's true, I guess. Not that way, apparently. I say you edit it. I don't wanna. First of all, that requires me to go get a video editor again. Where am I going, anyway? This must be a library. Monaco would probably left something in here, too. I should hurry and find it. Oh, I guess that was easy. Oh, this hologram again. Must be another one of the Future Foundation's emails. I should read it. There's no doubt it's another clue. Future Foundation's 14th Division, Makoto Naegi! He's back! We have confirmed Makoto! Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason. Do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of the hope to the world. The six of you joined the Future Foundation because you agree with our ideals, right? The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy. You survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately returning the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. So, Makoto is protecting remnants of despair. Are we? No. Could it? Could the 15 of us be the remnants in this email? I need more clues. What does this mean? This email suggests someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi. But he's with the Future Foundation, right? Why is he trying to protect the remnants? Did he betray the Future Foundation? Alright, I stopped caring about this room, leaving now. I accidentally the entire door. Huh? Didn't I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but this looks like the laundry room. No use worrying about it, but I was in a school and I'm suddenly in a laundry room. But I want to read the magazine of Junko. Looks like a tablet computer. Looks like it's powered on too. Is this the next clue? Picked the tablet and immediately started to... You could be a mix of hope and despair, students. Could be. You are despair, okay. Neo World Program. This word, Neo World. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. Alright. Alright, what are you? Neo World Program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. The Neo World Program is built by the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software. To develop the Neo World program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, Ultimate Neurologist, and Ultimate Therapist were among the many talented people who created whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World program allows us to experience a synthetic virtual world. Alright, we now have a confirmation of simulators existing. Additionally, the Neo World has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. However, this device for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly prohibited. Although it's highly effective in treating brainwashing, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. That's why this freaking game has been trying to break the fourth wall! Because it's actually a game! We have been in a simulation this whole goddamn time! It explains everything! Geometry existence? Oh, just program it in. How all this magical crap can happen? Oh, it's just a simulation, whatever. Billions on billions of Monacunas with unlimited resources? Oh, it's a simulation. You forgot everything? Oh, it's a simulation. Wait. That means Gundam's still alive. This stream is simulating playing a video game that contains a simulation. Yes. Slowly, everything around me turned black. Synthetic virtual world? Program? A feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now. It's all disappearing until all I feel is despair! I screamed out loudly as if I was confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept it. I am starting to accept that there's no way something as crazy as this actually exists.
Nice!
I have not unleashed even half of my power yet. Emissary of evil, in accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Go, my four dark devas of destruction! Now then, let us begin!
Hooray! You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character route. Now then, despair is waiting for you. Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Everything is all made up. Made up? Including me too? Am I real? Is anything real? It also explains all this crap. Hey! How you doing? Did you enjoy the Killing School trip? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made in the beginning? From this point, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. Gays are the only one who's watching who can save them. Oh, you guys are the only ones the only ones watching this who can save them. The end of the world is nigh. What you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Isn't this exciting? Isn't it heart-throbbing? Look forward to it. This hallway. When we first arrived here, I walked down this hallway. Except it wasn't a wireframe. I don't really see a resemblance, but... No. It's just straight up big object. Is this floating? That's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating like this. But what in the world is it? And the moment I looked at that object... Zero 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 no 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 no. Hi Chiaki, what's up? Oh wait, no, not Chiaki. Chihiro. Welcome. Welcome to the Neo World program. A person? A floating person is talking to me. But is it a guy or a girl? We may never know. Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first place? I'm not quite a person. I'm simply an artificial intelligence program. It would make me happy if you call me Alter Ego. That is the name my master gave me when he created me. It can talk? But what are you? Good news, everyone! Alter Ego still lives. Alter Ego? Artificial intelligence program? I am the master program behind the Neo World program. I am responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the observer has authority to directly influence you guys. I can't actually exert much influence. In fact, my existence is one that you normally don't meet. I am sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything I'm supposed to be managing. Which is why everything looks super, super corrupted. And because of that, this world is managing to act... Hold on! My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. Damn it, this is the feeling from earlier again. This floating, like my feet are hovering above the floor. It's like I can't feel my feet on the ground. Like I can't even believe my own existence. Hey, you should know. Where is this place? Tell me, what is the Neo World program? The Neo World program has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world. As such, the only data collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island, where this research facility is located. That's why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I'm to answer your question, where is this place? The answer would be mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances. For example, this school you're in, it appears this space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing before you too. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm sorry. Oh, it's crying too! I don't really know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply an overseer of the Neo World program. Most of its words. I understood what they mean, but I couldn't understand what was being said. There's no way for me to acknowledge it as truth. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world. Wait, are you saying this is a fictional world? I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality. All the mysteries, all the truths. They're all just fiction. Is that... Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me? Hey, can you tell me? What was the Neo World program used for in the first place? The Neo World program serves only one purpose. It is used to make the real make the real world a splendid one. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope. A program for creating hope? But the fact that we're here and the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step towards replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World program. With the installed memory controlled unit, it is possible to remove any time period you set it to. And from there, you can upload the memories obtained in the virtual world. Removing memories of any time period you set it to. So Monokuma was right. We did lose our... Oh my god. You ever wanted to just punch someone? But why? Why us? Why were our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right? That is a mystery to me too. Booting the program on the survivors of Hope Academy while still in its experimental stage. I'm sure there's a very good reason, but unfortunately I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry. Are you saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us? But they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally? I'm sorry, I can't provide that much help. If only I was more... Oh. You still just want to hug it, even though it's a red outline. I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this. All these new words make my head feel like it's about to burst. Can you tell me more about the Observer than that virus? Well, for this session, the Neo World program... The Neo World was programmed to house 15 people along with 2 monitors. 2 monitors? Of course, Monami and Chiaki. They were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. They're intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, the Observer and the teacher has been given the authority to influence you all, but the Observer in the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so it seems like they were the same as everyone else. What kind of authority does the teacher role have? As an example, the teacher creates the rules of the world and manages them. If the teacher is properly managing the rules they've created, there's no risk of abuse. Because of the virus infecting everything, that has changed. It changed this world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The Neo World program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death. What is that virus? I don't really know the details behind its true identity, but that function is beyond my capabilities. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole a portion of my abilities, which contained my authority to build the world. It was like it was a grandmaster chess player. I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. But even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience. She's probably talking about Monokuma Rock in the Funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. But Alter Ego is an impressive artificial intelligence the Future Foundation created. I can tell just by communicating with her. Which means this supposed virus is so smart that it surpassed this Alter Ego? If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Damn it, what the heck? An artificial intelligence raging an attack against another one? It's so freaking irritating. But how did that virus infect the Neo World program? The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible that it was infected through a network. I'm fairly certain someone physically uploaded it. Physically? Who? Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility and directly uploaded it into the main computer where the Neo World program is installed. based on my calculations, it's most likely what happened. It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility, but the only person who can enter that facility is someone who was a member of the Future Foundation. Damn it, what am I thinking? Why am I assuming that what I just heard is the truth? Why am I assuming that everything is a lie? Observers have been added. Updated. But it's true the virus is powerful, and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it, but I'm still able to defend the essential areas. So it has a limit too. A limit? It took over an observer, and then it has to follow the rules of an observer. As such, in order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure and...
Hey, come on now.
Okay, even if you're just a god in the machine, that's enough hints from you. If you're gonna say something more... Suppose that you exist between life and death. The death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel to... the inflection based on the definition of existence that constitution the relationship from the... What? Okay, no, I did read that right. It did, in fact, make no sense. The deflection based on the definition existed that the constitution from the relationship, therefore, and from there the paradigm changes the results by being going off rapidly and causes the situation from where your own existence unobserved and accelerate the crosses with the joint ownership of the world in the situation from the context invites your Hey? I was not ready for inverted Monokuma. Please help me. Oh, by the way, seizure warning. What the heck? What just happened? You're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one? Maybe you can't hear my voice from this side. I'm currently talking to the world through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video feedback's been pretty distorted. But even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. Huh? The things you guys were forced to do. We were forced to watch it. Forced to watch us? I really want to save you guys, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The Neo World program is beyond our control now. In that world, that person has created an independent country that doesn't accept our outside interference. But Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that's working, that means the person I need to talk to is right there, I hope. Look, this guy can't even hear or see me. Just who is this guy? Is he our ally? Since there's no time, I'm gonna say what I need to say and believe you're listening to me. But first, I should apologize to everyone. I know apologizing won't help. We didn't imagine something like this would happen. I never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Neo World program. But that's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realizing it until it was too late. But it's not just the virus either. I can't say for sure that program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell you the truth, I was unsure about whether or not to run the program on you guys. But this was the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys. Save us? What do you want to save us from? Why would this save us? You've already seen the passwords to enter the graduation exam ground, right? You know. Leon? Leon, that's the number we found at the Nezumi Castle. The door to the ancient ruin was supposed to open after you guys finished gathering all the hope fragments. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I prepared that password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts this program was perfect. Even though the chance was slim, I thought the Azura might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left Leon password in place where the teacher role was not able to go. I never thought Nagito, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, I'm the person who sent the password to that number. That number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma. You can understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that will to you all. I entrust it to your future. But that person is trying to abuse the graduation exam. I'm sure they are going to crush you with despair using the graduation exam that's awaiting for you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat them. Does that mean he has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma? In a worst case scenario where an observer has the role of the teacher goes rogue, I prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the forced shutdown sequence. Forced shutdown sequence? Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose your own independently of the observer. I can speak, I swear. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. Oh, that's just why he wanted us to have 5 people left. The moment Nagito killed himself, this was ruined, and then outside interference had to be have. And in order to do that, I need to somehow get that number. Equals left parentheses Kimio plus Yashi Baba. Huh?
Say what?
What was that just now? Hey, Hajime, what was that weirdness just now? Nothing, really. I see.
Anyway.
Oh, well, that's all the hints you're gonna get. If that no good artificial tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again. Did Monokuma not notice what just happened? It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here. Hey, about that guy just now. There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me. I see. It'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. It means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I just had with that guy. You guys have a weapon. A very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys can use that weapon. It's the only thing I can do. Is prevent that virus's invasion with all my might so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you. Do your best. Do our best, huh? But what do we have to do our best at? The mystery is getting solved. I'm finally starting to see the truth. But what are we supposed to do when that truth is really a lie? Hey, what happened to 8-bit version of this? Come on, man. We know we're working towards a conclusion nobody wants to hear, but still. Do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason for us to do our best? Monami is the 6th? Monami is dead. They killed all 10 versions of her. She's gone. Besides, what's half of 15? It's 7.5. So Monami could have been that 6th. And then with Chiaki, it would have been 7, and that could have been half. But we're down to 5. 1/3 of what we need. So we need 2 or 3 more. If everything was a lie, then isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings too. Even though we had experienced something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't that be meaningless too? The world was flipped over and become so irrational. What am I supposed to do? That's a funny way of spelling Leon. Well,
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
It's time for the long-awaited graduation exam.
I'm getting sick looking at this. I think you... Oh, you're seeing at the full 60 frames I am. Never mind. It sucks for you guys too.
Please enter the red door located on the first floor of Hopespeak Academy.
See you soon.
It's like they mixed it... The recording quality was drastically different. I'm not sure it... I wonder... Did they reuse some old lines from Game 1? Using the old recording equipment? Just for cost-saving measures? Or to add to the vibe of everything digitally falling apart? Or both? A red door, huh? Just a waste of time thinking about what it all means right now. For now, I need to finish this. Just need to focus on that. Boom, 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 boom. Are you filled with despair yet? Okay, hold up. I gotta... Bear with me for a minute. Whoops! Okay, let's go to the final class trial then. He means this red door, right? I just have to go in here, right? If I do that, will this be finished? Huh? This place.
Yo,
Looks like everyone's here.
Damn right.
It seems that this is going to be the final place.
However,
This place is... We've been here before, right? Yeah. This should be the place that door at the ancient ruin leads to.
Hey,
Seems pretty strange that we've been in that other building up till now.
damn it.
If I was on the outside, I would cut power and end the simulation. What if that had killed them? That might be why they don't do it. It's like we're dreaming or something. If this is a dream, then this too is very...
welcome!
So you finally arrived! Congratulations! You guys are the first ones to ever beat this game! After stopping my host peak, you finally came back to this place! To the graduation exam site within the ancient ruins of Jabberwock Island! You can give it a fancy name like graduation exam site, but it's no different than the trial ground from before.
Stupid fool.
From before! This trial field is actually inspired the one from before. So in a way, this place is the original.
Hey, hey.
Who cares? This graduation exam we would finally go home, right?
Of course.
If that's what you guys decide.
Huh?
And if we have to decide, what do we have to do?
Now then.
Please look at the LCD touch panel built into your seats. Compared to the other trials, the rules are much simpler.
Yes, indeed.
There are two options, graduate and repeat. It's almost as complicated as an iPhone. Almost. You just have to choose one of them and press it. All of you will cast your vote, and whichever one the majority will be considered your final decision. If you don't press either of them, you'll be treated as absent and not be counted.
In other words,
Which means everyone who died up till now will have their votes treated as absent.
then,
The result is based on our majority vote. If graduate is chosen by a majority, from there an event that's kind of like a graduation ceremony called the graduation program will begin. If we do the stupid majority vote, the result is pretty damn obvious. Come on, let's move this already. Can we just press it now?
no.
You can't do that yet.
Hmm.
I mean, your resolve hasn't firmed. Yeah, right? Your will will be swept away by society's harsh current.
Shut up! Shut up!
Who the hell cares? I'm gonna press it!
What's this?
My. Which one of your orifices are you using to spew such bile? To participate in the graduation program, you need my final say as your teacher, you know. What? Does that mean it won't end with just a majority vote?
That's right.
After the vote, I'm gonna judge every single one of you to see if it's okay for you to graduate or not.
Damn it.
So even if we vote, you're saying we won't graduate unless you acknowledge it?
Well,
Terribly sorry for being rude earlier.
No way.
But you don't have to worry. There's no way I won't acknowledge your graduation. It's merely a formality. I'm just doing it because that's how it has to be. He's doing it because that's how it has to be. It doesn't mean he can exert his will over everything. He too has a limit. Is this what Alter Ego was talking about?
Anyway,
Even if you don't want to do it, you guys still need to do it to solve the mystery. Afterward, you can cast your majority votes, and from there we move on to the graduation program. But why do we even have to go through something so dumb? Well, that is... You said you were waiting for the main cast, right? Which means you're just stalling for time, then. Who's the main cast? Oh no need to worry about it. It has nothing to do with you guys.
That is...
There's no way it has nothing to do with us. We are the only ones who are involved, you know.
so annoying.
It doesn't matter if you're involved or not. You're just a bunch of chumps in the big picture. That's why it has nothing to do with you. Just perform your roles without complaining.
You pissed me off.
Hold on. What's with that chump comment?
I can't ignore that.
Not that it's important or anything, but make sure you turn off that toy.
I won't forgive you.
How dare you treat him like a toy?
What's this?
I did treat it like a toy. You got a problem with that? I created everything. You're actually picking a fight with me? I'm basically a god. Just how promising can you guys be? I guess this is the nature of life. Fine then, before you die, sear my power into your memories! Hello, world! Alright. Let's be honest. We know this is gonna go on for hours. It's time to stop here. And we'll continue this tomorrow morning. That is clearly the best thing to do.